Hello, art friends. We are back again today with a junk journal lesson. Today, we are going to be celebrating the element of texture. And there's two types of texture. There is actual texture and implied texture. An actual texture is when you can feel something like a cotton ball, where an implied texture is where it's a flat drawing that looks like it might be furry or spiky or whatever. So let's turn in our book to our next blank paper. We are going to start with a Sharpie today because we are going to be drawing fuzzy, hairy, drippy fruit and vegetables. Yes, we are going to create textures that are not normal on some foods. So we are going to start with just some drawings today. We're going to start with a drippy carrot. Yes, you heard me right, a drippy carrot. So we're going to start, a carrot is tall and thin. So I'm going to start at the top of my paper and I'm going to work my way down sort of in a V shape, a tall, narrow V, but I'm going to draw drips. Can you see how I'm drawing some drips down the side? Down, drip, to the bottom of my carrot. And then I'm going to do to the other side. They don't have to drip exactly the same, but it gets slightly narrower as it comes around. Doesn't look like a carrot yet, I know. We're going to draw the top of our carrot coming around, a little arch line like so, a little curve because that's where the top of the carrot is. We are going to draw some more drips as we go around. So we're going to do, I might bring that drip up a little bit, add a couple more drips along the way. But these are going to be kind of fun little characters. We're going to add some eyes and a mouth. So at some point, I don't care where you place the eyes, you're going to go ahead and add those eyes in. And you can add the style eye you like. Of course, I always like to add a little bit of white for the shimmer. And then some sort of mouth. You can decide. You can add lashes. It doesn't matter. But we're going to add a few drips to really make it a drippy, blippy carrot. If you want to add some greenery on the top, because it's fresh out of the garden. It's going to go off the page a little bit for me, and that's okay. All right, so that is my first vegetable with some texture. All right, off to the side over here, I'm going to come over and we're going to do a pineapple, but this is not a traditional pineapple. This is going to be a fluffy pineapple. If you think of a pineapple, usually they're spiky. But this one, they're kind of an oval shape, but I am going to create sort of a pillowy or billowy cloud effect. Maybe a little bit fluffier or wider at the bottom, and a little bit narrower towards the top. And we can add our little spiked leaves on the top because they have a little tassel on the top. All right. Little leaf texture. We're going to add in our eyes wherever we want. We're going to add a little more texture here in the center. But first I want to place the eyes and then I'll work around them. Again, you can decide 2 different sized eyes. They can be cross-eyed, I don't care, googly-eyed. He's a happy fella. And I'm going to add some more swirly curly cues because he's super floofy and fluffy. So he's looking a little fluffier than he maybe should, but this is all about textures today. All right, while you're working, I'm going to be passing out a piece of paper. Some of you will get yellow, red, orange. We're going to be making a third fruit out of this piece of paper. So what I'm going to ask that we do, because right now we've got one on each side, is we're going to take this piece of paper and you're going to fold it in half. Hamburger, all right? 2 points touching, and I like to then seal it. Kind of like you would if you were going to be making a heart. We're going to draw half of it and then cut it out. We're going to be drawing on the fold side. So we want to make sure we find where that fold is, not where the opening is, but where the fold is. And you're going to draw a shape. It can be a circle, so it looks like an orange or tomato if you want to just draw a half circle, or if you want to do maybe a apple shape. It's kind of like a heart almost, but less of a point. Or whatever, lemon shape if you've got an orange. It really isn't a right or wrong way. Now I'm going to leave it folded and cut it out so we can see what fruit, or so we can make up our own fruit for all I care. All right, so I made an apple, but we're not done yet. We very carefully are going to crunch this up because we're going to create actual texture. So far we've been doing texture that it looks like it has texture implied. But very carefully, we're going to add some real texture, as you can see, to this fruit. And then we're going to bring this guy back, and we're going to glue it right in the middle of our page, or wherever you've got room. If it ends up being a little bit on one side and a little bit off the other, that's fine too. All right, and I'm going to glue it down. So that texture will now be there. Hold it, remember, quietly to yourself, count to 10. I'm gonna close up my glue, but I'm not done yet because I'm gonna add, of course, a face. And mine looks more like an apple, so I might do a little line like so, and then add the top. And I might wanna add a little leaf. And his eyes. You get to add whatever kind of eyes you like. He's gonna have a big old happy face. All right. Once we get our characters drawn in and glued in, we're gonna go ahead and add color to really bring them to life. Make sure we label our paper that says texture. I can't wait to see what you come up with.